Good morning from Sowat, Maryborough. It's a cloudy Wednesday morning, and in the background you will probably hear the sound of the guns firing at the rifle range not too far away. Wayne has worked on the cabinet of this national machine this morning. He has oiled it with pale boiled oil and it is coming up an absolute treat. My task is now to do the work on the head of the machine. It needs a little bit of TLC, it's quite grimy, and if I turn the balance wheel it's quite tight, and at the moment the needle bar is not really going to move very much at all, so a lot of oil will help loosen that up. But the decals themselves on the machine are lovely. You can see there's quite a lot of work that I will have to do, and this is fun because I've got the camera sitting on a tripod which I'm walking around holding it on that at the moment, so the light may or may not show the grime on the machine, but we'll see how we go from there. So my task is let's see how we go with this. I'm going to give the machine a light coating of oil, and that's where we'll start. Using fingertip pressure only so the decals are not damaged, I'm rubbing the oil into the top of the bed. Also onto the top of the head, and I will keep adding this to other places to clean it up. I will then wipe it off with a very soft cloth which I've got in my hand. This might be a little bit hard to see inside, but we've taken the throat plate off and the poor machine is so grotty inside and so dry. So Wayne's just come out with the brush and we're going to see how it turns out. I'm not sure how this will turn out with the light out here, but you can see there's a lot of grime coming out already. We will then oil it and see how we go. First coat of oil has been put on the bed of the machine. Wayne is oiling underneath the machine at the moment. I've already given it a drink of oil on top, and already the needle bar is moving more freely. So by oiling everything we do underneath here, and the cobwebs are extra later on, we'll eventually get this machine moving properly. But so far so good. I do want to remove the bobbin winder off the machine and lots of other parts, but you can just see Wayne's moving it at the moment, and yes, moving far more freely already. So the next task will be to wipe the first lot of oil off the head of the machine and give it a general clean. Here we go again. There you go. The needle bar and the presser foot lift are free and working, and when Wayne stops working on that section I'm about to take the first layer of oil off the bed, and we'll see how we go from there. Have a look at that. From something that was barely moved, look at the freedom of that wheel now. Just amazing what a little bit of oil will do. The first coat of oil has been put on and now wiped off with a soft cloth. Not really visible on the back here, but we can actually now see the decals. The trouble is also we've found there are paint spots on there, and we really cannot get those off without doing any damage to the decals. That's the sad part about it. But however, this is, oopsie daisy, caught up with the tripod. Just going around, you'll see how beautifully this is starting to clean up, but a long way to go yet. My next task, I'm going to remove a lot of the parts and clean those down, so there probably won't be any more clips done until the machine is now finished. I've just taken some of the parts off, along with sitting here at the front of the machine with my trusty tools. Bobbin winder is off, slide plate and all the other bits and pieces. It's part of the tensioner, which I'm not going to pull the full apart because I'd hate to muck it up, and you'll just be able to see that yes, everything is moving freely at the moment. Quite happy with progress. Not finished yet, but I've got to pack it in because the rain is coming and we can't afford to have this getting wet, but by gee, it's looking a lot better than it was, don't you reckon? And look at that, the freedom, that movement. Got to be happy with this. So anyway, packed up until it's no longer raining.